What is up, guys? Today we have another video coming at you. In today's video is going to be over HIMS and the outlook for HIMS after this big run up that they've had. HIMS has been up 22% since my last post. So if you guys do want to go ahead and watch that and look what I was saying then to compare to now, do go ahead and do that. But that last post I had, the price was around $33. So we have made a great return since then. And personally, I have been holding since around $20. And then I brought my average price a little bit higher. So I'll show you guys that later in the video. But for now, HIMS is currently at 38.96 and had an intraday high of 39.74. And we are currently trying to break that all-time highs, which we did very nicely. And you had a pretty good retest. And then now we are continuing higher to that $42 price range. This is a very, very bullish look for HIMS. I do like the way we retested and bounced off that today. We opened very, very low and then exploded up. So that is great. We were down around 9% earlier today, and now we're up 4.51%. So that is just a great move from him. So you love to see that. One thing I do want to talk about, this is about the only bullish or bearish thing I could find on this stock, is this little gap in red here. This is a weekly gap. I don't think this is going to matter. I really don't, especially with the placement of it at all-time highs. I think if you just bounce and retest it, I think that is going to be an insanely bullish thing. So I do hope that that happens. Hopefully we kind of test that $42 range, and then maybe we take a big dip down to that all-time high retest and then bounce off of that and the gap, and that just shoots us all the way higher. I expect something like that to happen, but if I am wrong, the worst case scenario is we kind of fill this gap, go down to around that 31.50 and the 618, and then just continue higher. That is worst case scenario. I really don't think that's going to happen, but it is important to know that so you do know both the bearish and bullish sides. Let's talk about targets here. We have a base target of $42.23. I expect that to be hit this week. Next, we have a $46.65 target. I expect that to be hit before earnings. And then we have kind of an earnings target of around that $53.40, where we do maybe run up and then earnings hit, and that's where we are. I do expect that to be hit before next quarter's earnings is really what I'm kind of trying to say. So sometime in the next 3-ish months, especially if earnings are good. And then we have a little bit exaggerated targets. These are kind of year-end targets right here, the 71 target and 64.58. Both of these are totally possible. I mean, HIMS has done 341% in the last year or so, so it can always happen again. I do want to talk you guys through a few more things here. We can see that the last move was about this size, and then when you put it up to the next move, where the market normally moves in waves of 2 or impulses, so to say, I do expect this next move to take us up to this 46.65 range. I think we kind of do something like this, where maybe we pop out of here, hit that 42, test all-time highs, continue higher, and then retest that continuation, and then move up with earnings. That just makes the most sense in my mind. I know that is kind of specific, but you'd be kind of surprised how often stuff like that can happen. That is just kind of my outlook and what I'm looking at for HIMS. I've been holding since 25 and I don't care to sell anytime soon. I was actually thinking about buying more this morning and I wish I would have, but I will switch over here and show you guys what I have share wise. I do own 200 shares of HIMS in this account, and then I own 50 shares in my Webull account. The Webull account has a slightly less average at 1982, and then this account has an average of 2532. The only reason for that being is I switched over to Robinhood and started building this one, so I brought the average price up, and then I just left the Webull one. But this position is worth $7,792, sorry, and I'm up around $334 today, or around 4.5%. And then my total return is around $2,700 for about a 55% return. And then you can see year to date, HIMS is up 58%, pushing 60% was earlier. And then in the last 3 months alone, it is up 93%. I haven't even been holding HIMS for that long, and I have been bringing my share price up. I did own like 10 shares at like 19 something and 18 something, and then I just had to keep bringing these shares up because I want everything I can under $40. And I think bringing my share price up is totally worth it. Yes, I don't see that shiny 100% return that I could if I would have stayed in at, $16, $17, $18, but I didn't have the equity I had then, so I am pretty happy with building this, and I don't care to bring the average up. But that is really going to be it from me, guys. I just want to make a quick update video for you guys because I think this is very bullish for Hims long term. Another thing I did forget to hit on is tariffs. I don't think tariffs are going to impact the health sector as much, especially Hims, because a lot of their products are made in the US, shipped to the US. And yes, they are a worldwide company, but most of their users are in the US. And so not a lot of shipping is coming out or going in. So those tariffs won't have to be paid by the company. Or anything else like that. So I do think that Hims kind of, squeaks by this time with that. And if the rest of the market is going to fall, I think Hims will actually hold up pretty well. So I'm not very scared on that, tariff news with Hims. But that is really going to be it from me, guys. Make sure you guys do like, subscribe, and comment down below which video you guys want to see next. I do plan to make another update video right before earnings, which are February 24th. But I will update you guys on that in the next video probably. But that is it from me, guys. Make sure you guys do click that link down below and go and join our free Discord. And then other than that, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.